Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Tony, and as always, the channel is Tony Talks Cards. I've got episode number 5. I hope that's right because I have a hand up right now saying it's episode number 5, although I'll correct it in the title if not. Episode 5 of my 1971 Topps Baseball Action Pose series. I'll link to the prior 4 episodes in the description. Episode 5 is going to be all about players who were shown as players in their cards in 71, but later went on to have careers as managers and or front office leaders in their respective teams. So there are more than 4, but I narrowed down these 4 out of the others that were or had post-playing days managerial type roles to focus on them here because the other ones I found are either in prior videos or they'll be in future videos connected to other players in the set in some way. So not exclusive, not all of them, but 4 guys who had some pretty decent careers and years as well, who later went on to become managers and in some ways potentially more notable as managers, or maybe just as notable, I guess. I'll let you all decide about that as managers versus players. So 4 coming up, I will turn this camera around and we'll show some cards. Be back soon. All right, welcome back, everybody. The camera's turned around, and let's talk about 4 players from 1971 who later became managers. Hopefully this goes fairly quick with only 4 versus I've had 6 or 7 before. But the first one in the set is number 35, showing with the Kansas City Royals. You've got Mr. Lou Piniella, outfield for the Royals in his cool batting action pose. So Lou started in 1964, didn't play that much, and ultimately didn't come back to the majors until 1968. He did have a few games in 60, but between 64 and 68, I believe he spent time in the minors and also played in Nicaragua during winter ball. In 1969, he had his first significant year and actually won the Rookie of the Year for the American League in 69. He played until 1984 and primarily played for the Royals from 69 to 73, and then the Yankees from 74 to 84. Most notably, he was the first batter in Kansas City Royals history, I believe. And again, before I go much further, I want to make sure I recognize I got a lot of this from Saber, from baseballreference.com, and some from Wikipedia as well. Lou's best year may have been in 1972 with Casey, where he hit 312 and almost 180 hits in 151 games. He was an all-star as well in 1972. He hit over 300 several other times during his career, and especially in the late 70s with the New York Yankees. He also won 2 World Series with the Yankees. As a manager, he managed from 1986, first beginning with the New York Yankees, and managed at various times between 86 and 2010 with his final season with the Chicago Cubs. He managed 23 different seasons with 5 different teams. He won the World Series with the Cincinnati Reds in 1990 and also led the Seattle Mariners to a 116-win season in 2001. He ended his career with 1,835 wins and 1,713 losses. He also was Manager of the Year 3 times in 1995, 2001, and 2008. So there's Mr. Lou Piniella. See the back of his card right there. Number 1 down. Number 2 is a New York Yankees shortstop, Gene Michael. So he played from 1966 to 1975, including time with Pittsburgh, the Dodgers, but mostly remembered for his time with the Yankees, like Lou Piniella. He was a .229 hitter and played most frequently from 1969 to 1973. His nickname was Stick because of his tall, slender frame. In 1966, he was traded from Pittsburgh to the Dodgers, plus 1 other player in exchange for Maury Wills. He managed the Yankees and the Cubs and also served as the Yankees general manager. As an executive, he is credited with helping rebuild the Yankees team that became a dynasty in the late 1990s. During his tenure as GM, the Yankees signed players such as Mariano Rivera, Andy Pettitte, Derek Jeter, and Jorge Posada. As a manager, he spent part of 81 and 82 with the Yankees and then spent parts of 86 and 87 with the Cubs. So that is Gene Michaelwith again, like Lou Piniella, a very strong batting pose there in his Yankees pinstripes. Number 3 is a horizontal card, but a player plus future manager nonetheless, of course. And it is going to be Jim Fregosi, showing in a very strong, very cool batting pose, showing a shortstop with the Angels. Look at all those fans in the back. That's why I love these action shots. You see the fans, although not very clearly, and the player, and even some folks in the dugout down there watching. So, Mr. Jim Fregosi, he played 18 years from 1961 to 1978 with 4 different teams, mostly with the Angels from 61 to 71, and then with Texas, the Mets, and the Pirates. From 63 to 70, he had 150 hits or more for 7 of those 8 years. His highest home run RBI year came in 1970, which is the year's stats on the back of this card, where he had 22 home runs and 82 RBI. He was a shortstop, third baseman, and first baseman. He managed various years from 1978 to 2000 with the Angels, the Sox, the Phillies, and the Blue Jays. His best managerial year may have been in 1993, where he led the Phillies and they won the NL pennant with 97 wins. He finished with 1,028 wins and 1,094 losses. So let's look at the back of his card here. Like I said, this shows one of those better years. Hard to see with the light, sorry. Let's see the 22 home runs, 82 RBI, and a 278 average. And those cool black and white pictures, the California Angels hat, and some nice sideburns on Mr. Fregosi. So that is his card from 1971 Topps. And the last card, a player who had a pretty darn good career as a player, but also a pretty darn good career as a manager too, is Mr. Joe Torre, shown in again. Another very strong, cool action pose at the bat, swinging away. The guy on deck there watching him, the fans in the background. Very cool action pose here with Joe Torre with the Cardinals. So he played from 1960 to 1977. He was a catcher, also shown as third base here, plus some first base, I believe, too. He had a career 297 batting average with almost 58 WAR, over 2,000 hits, and 252 home runs. He played with the Braves from 1960 to 1968, St. Louis from 69 to 74, and then the Mets from 75 to 77. He came in second to Billy Williams of the Cubs as the 1961 National League Rookie of the Year. In 1970, again, the stats on the back of the card, he had 203 hits, 21, look at the back right here. He had 203 hits, 21 homers, and a nice even 100 RBI for 1970. He hit 325 as well. But the next year in 1971, the year that the kids would have been opening these from packs, his 71 year, he was having an even better year potentially, where he hit 363 with 24 home runs, 137 RBI, and an amazing 230 hits. He was the NL MVP in 1971, beating out Willie Stargell and Hank Aaron, among others. He managed from 1977 to 2010 with the Mets, the Braves, the Cardinals, the Yankees, and the Dodgers. He had his most success with the New York Yankees, where he won 6 pennants and 4 World Series championships between 1996 and 2000. He finished with a 2,326 wins versus 1,997 win-loss record. That is Mr. Joe Torre. So those are my 4 cards. 4 players who later became managers slash front office executives. So thanks for hanging with me on this video. The next video is going to be a little bit of a special one. It's going to be featuring 2 players, both with action poses. They are brothers, and they actually have a third brother who is actually in the same set, not an action pose. I want to dive into those 2 players plus their third sibling and talk about them, their careers, maybe even show a few other cards from other sets as well. So stay tuned for that. That'll be video number 6 in this series. So with that, thank you all for watching. Appreciate the comments, the likes, and the interaction, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.